Hey everybody, and welcome back to Saving in Silver, week 13 with the Florida Stacker. In this week's video, as usual, we have $5 in face value of 90% silver coins. These are circulated 1964 and older American silver coins that do contain 90% silver. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at some of these nice, beautiful silver coins and keep piling the stack up. All right, so welcome back, everybody. We do have some 90% silver, as mentioned. Let's start by talking about what constitutional silver is and why it's a great thing to stack to hold wealth and silver outside of, the banking system, right? When you're trying to hold wealth and hedge against everything that's going on in the market today, and you decide to use silver as a mechanism to do that. So what is constitutional silver? Well, constitutional silver, or junk silver, is pre-1965. 90%, 40%, or 35% U.S. silver coins that are commonly referred to as junk silver. Now, any combination, let's go ahead and grab a $50 and these 2 quarters here. I'll grab 2 quarters. Any combination that does equal $1 in face value, right? A $50 and 2 quarters, that's $1. That is about 0.715 troy ounces of silver. So to make it easy, let's go ahead and grab, easier at least. It's really not that hard. You just, got to pay attention. That's it. So let's go ahead and grab, actually, it's not going to work because I don't have any of those nickels. Let's grab $1.40. Okay, so I've got 2 $50 and 4 dimes here. These are all 90% silver $50 and dimes. This does work out to be approximately 1 troy ounce in silver. So for every $1.40 in constitutional junk silver that you've got in your stack, that does work out to be about 1 troy ounce. Let's go ahead and bring up the calculator now because I want to show you guys exactly how much we have been able to put away since we started this series. So looking down at the bottom, you can see we have a face value of $123.50 so far. A lot of this stuff is in tubes, the full tubes that I've been able to complete. Everything that's loose is laid out on the table in front of you. That does work out to a melt value of $1,994.53 or a weight of 88.83 troy ounces of silver, and we're going to keep stacking through the end of the year. Every week here on Tuesdays, 90% silver. So let's go ahead and get to the coins for this week. All right, so we've got everything from this week's order laid out, and I do see a nice BU looking JFK there right on the top. So let's go ahead and get started with this week's order. And so we'll grab 2 $50 here. We do have the shiny 1964 John F. Kennedy, which looks to be in BU condition, brilliant uncirculated. So this $50 here on the left definitely did not enter circulation. Now, back in 1964, there were quite a few people that were pretty smart to the idea to purchase and hold a bunch of rolls of $50, quarters, and dimes. They knew that we were no longer going to be minting our coins with silver, and so you do see a lot of good 1964 examples. Now, both of these contain round about the same amount of silver. All right, when originally minted, they did, but there's going to be a little bit more content, obviously, in that John F. Kennedy than the Barber over to the right. But don't worry, because coin shops, jewelry shops, they work in face value, all right? So you're going to get the same back when it comes to the melt value of the silver for either of these, even though one is a very shiny example and the other one falls into the more circulated junk silver category. So let's go ahead and flip these around once more. 1964 was the only year that the silver Kennedy $50 was minted, 1965. Up until 1970, that silver content did decrease to 40%. So you got a 1912 Barber $50. The Barbers were minted from 1892 up until 1915. So this is a later example. You've got 50 years of difference between these 2 silver $50, but still quite a bit of history. And they both hold their wealth pretty well, right? They're both good hedges. Over time, the value of the silver content has pretty well kept pace with inflation. So we do actually have a tube of $50 here. Let's go ahead. And these are the BU Kennedy $50. I did segregate these from the stacks. We'll go ahead and add that one to this tube. I'll show you some more BU coins here at the end of the video. All right, so got the Barber in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next 2 $50. So over to the left, we do have the Walking Liberty $50. The Walking Liberty was minted from 1916 up until 1947, so 1942, and then we do have a 52 Benjamin Franklin. The Franklins began being minted in 1948. All right, so two more beautiful 90% silver half dollars. Pretty good condition, that Walking Liberty half dollar over there. And we do already have one tube of those walkers filled so far this year. So there are 20. These tubes will hold 20 half dollars. And every time I get another 20 walkers, I'll go ahead and put them in a tube. And the same applies to the quarters. Whenever we get 40 quarters of whether they be Washington quarters, Standing Liberty quarters or something else. And we'll go ahead and, like the barbers, we'll go ahead and fill a tube up. I do have a tube here I want to show you real quick before we continue on. It was pretty nice to be able to finish this tube last week. And this is my first tube of the Barber Dimes. Let's go ahead and get the camera to zoom in here. All right, so I do have 50 Barber Dimes in this tube. And we'll do the same thing. Once we get another 50 Barbers, another 50 Mercury Dimes, Roosevelt Dimes, whatever it is, we'll go ahead and finish up a tube. So you kind of see how it's going. All these coins here in the back, these, I don't have enough to fill a whole tube. So let's keep going so we can get those tubes filled. So we've got another Walking Liberty half dollar. This one in 1940. Very nice looking half dollar. I really do like these walkers quite a bit. Very patriotic historical design. So now we've got the Washington quarters, and I do have a lot of these Washington quarters. These are going to make up the bulk of the silver saving stack, okay, when it comes to my 90% coins. So here you've got a bunch of circulated 1964, 1958, and two more 64 Washington quarters that do contain 90% silver. So one more dollar in face here. So about 0.7 troy ounces of silver. Not bad. Go ahead and add those. And I think we do have, we have 4 total tubes of those Washington quarters already filled. So let's grab some dimes. We got 2 Barber Dimes here. Go ahead and bring those up to the camera. All right, so both of these are going to be 1914's Barber Dimes. 1892 to 1916, these dimes were minted. All right, looks like they're both Philadelphia. I don't see a mint mark on either of these dimes. But just like the Roosevelt Dimes and the Mercury Dimes, 90% silver, so I'll take it. So we are starting to add to our Barber and Mercury Dime stack here. Speaking of Mercury Dimes, we do have one slick down one, and one that looks to be in a little bit more standard circulated condition. But check it out, the one to the left there is 1917. Now the Mercury Dimes began being minted in 1916, so that's a second year Mercury Dime, pretty slick down. Then we do have a 1945, and that was the last year of the Mercury Dimes. In 1946, the United States did transition to those Roosevelt Dimes. So there you go, that slick down Merc to the left, and a pretty common circulated Mercury Dime over there to the right. It does look like that 17 is a San Francisco. All right, grab 2 more dimes. We do have a Roosevelt and a Mercury Dime. 1964 does have some tarnish on it over there to the left, that Roosevelt Dime, which of course was the last year for silver. And in 1928, a little slick down Mercury Dime over to the right. Let's go ahead and take a better look. Pretty standard junk silver right there, guys. All right, 2 more Mercs. Let's go ahead and bring them up. So looks like a 1941 on the left and a 1943. Yep, there we go. 41 on the left, 43 on the right. I really do like these Mercury Dimes. I'm going to show you some nice Mercury Dimes here in just a minute. So stay tuned to this video. I do have some BU Mercury Dimes I want to show you. All right, beautiful. Got 2 more dimes and 1 more half dollar. And these are just going to be your standard Roosevelt Dimes. So outside of your Washington quarters, we got a 1952 and a 1957. The Roosevelt Dimes are going to be the most common in your 90% silver purchases. It's just going to be that way. If you're buying online, 90% silver coins, the majority that you're going to receive are going to be Washington quarters and Roosevelt Dimes. All right, so we got a 1951 Ben Franklin half dollar, and those Ben Franklins are starting to pick up. We are getting close to finishing our first tube of the Ben Franklin. So let's go ahead and show you some BU Mercury Dimes that Pierre at Aiden Coins sent me this week. So if you remember last week, I did get 2 slabbed 90% half dollars. We'll go ahead and grab that first one out, and the other 2 are here. in these coin flips. Try to get them out quickly to show you these beautiful dimes. All right, and before we do that, just as a reminder, last week we did get these nice slabbed Walking Liberty half dollars, these MS66 BU Walking Liberty half dollars. These are exceptional, especially that one on the right there. Beautiful half dollars. So this week, Pierre sent me these 3 very nice BU Mercury Dimes. So let's bring those close to the camera so you can see the difference between what brilliant uncirculated or never, these did not enter general circulation back in the 40s. Let's go ahead and see what years we've got here. We got a 1942 Denver Mercury Dime. All right, nice dime. Here we have a 1941 San Francisco Mercury Dime. Very nice, thank you. And here we have a 1942. Looks like a Philadelphia Mercury Dime. So let me go ahead and grab the only tube of BU Mercury Dimes that I've got. And these are all 1942s. I've got a Denver, Philadelphia, and a San Francisco from 1942. Actually, 41. Apologies there. These are 1941, Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. So now I'm up to 6. 6 BU Mercury Dimes. But the nice part is, guys, is that I'm just paying the junk silver prices, right? I'm not paying the additional premium to purchase these BU Mercury Dimes. It's just the nice folks at Aiden Coins have sent them to me as part of this continuing series here. So there you go, guys. $5 more in face. Let's bring that calculator up now. So we are at $128.50 in face value. That did not include those BU Dimes. I'm keeping those BU Dimes separate from this calculation. So the melt value with today's low spot price of $22.48. I'm in this on Sunday, and we'll be releasing on Tuesday. So at a spot price of $22.48, we do see a melt value of $2,075.83 for a weight in troy ounces of 92.4497 troy ounces of silver. All right, guys, let's go ahead and zoom in here on this beautiful stack of silver coins. So see you next Tuesday with $5 more in face. Of course, on Thursday, I'll have 5 ounces of 3 9s or 4 9s fine silver to show you. We might do 10 ounces this week. We'll see how the mail system works. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Keep stacking silver. Leave questions, comments down below. If you like today's content and aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. As mentioned, every Tuesday at 6 p.m., we will show you more constitutional silver, and every Thursday, we will show you more investment-grade type silver coins like American Silver Eagles, Maple Leafs, generic silver rounds, different silver bars, all kinds of different options for you out there that are interested in holding wealth in silver. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you soon.